Hey everyone, Mike or Mtashed here, whatever you prefer, and we are going to do another Tips with Tash video. So I did it a little bit differently this time. I actually do a couple of cuts just to, get rid of some of the extra time that we don't need, and just because I noticed that some people, they weren't watching to the end because it's just too long. Some people can't sit down for, 9 to 10 minutes. So right here, I actually redid this whole recording because it kept saying right here over and over and over again. So with that engagement, he just kind of didn't react to the guy on his radar quickly. He should have been either hard scoping that or something. The fact that he didn't take damage from the grenade there was very lucky. But who cares? Who cares at that point? It's not a big deal. In this situation, however, this is the start of kind of his issues. If he was going to snipe down there, he should have already had his sniper out and been prepped. That's one of the biggest issues this game, is not being ready. Also, right there, he has two guys on his radar, and he's picking up ammo, and he's not watching his radar. He's not being, active, moving, picking up that ammo. He's just kind of being lazy and just eating damage there. So that's something you need to change. You got to be prepped and ready to go in those situations. Target acquisition there was a little bit slow. Right here, he snipes a ghost. He needs to know that that's not going to work. He should have been sniping sooner. He should have been hard scoping that as the guy was coming around the corner. The fact that he had to force a reactionary situation there was poor. Also, there's someone behind him that's been behind him for like 10 years, and another guy coming around the corner. He put himself in a very pinch situation there that, honestly, I recognized like 10 or 15 seconds ago. He is not watching his radar very effectively. That he's got to improve that, because he makes that error multiple times this game, and it really does hurt him, unfortunately. So here we go, getting some speed, moving up, and again, rushing into a situation. Notice how he's kind of aiming at the wall there as well, and, he's not prepped for his engagements. The guy was pretty close to him. He's aiming at the wall instead of the opening where he's coming, and it's just, he's kind of wasting gun efficiency. He's not putting it in good positions. And right there, again, he rushes that engagement. He's kind of sprints into it, and he's got to panic himself. Nice grenade, pretty good grenade, but for the most part, he should have recognized that he should have either ran from that, or he should have been shooting that guy or throwing that grenade way sooner to zone him. We skip to the heavy here. We see someone died with a machine gun, so this is good. He's kind of creeping around with his rockets. That's what he needs to do in these situations, because he knows the guy has a machine gun, and he can kind of outplay him with rockets. Pretty lucky that that guy doesn't have heavy, but right here, terrible play, awful play. You should never be pushing up those stairs when you don't have your rockets loaded. And he doesn't have ammo in his rockets, and he still had it out. Again, not prepped for his engagements. He should have had his primary out 5 seconds ago. This next little area here, we're going to show kind of how lazy he's been with his aiming. Wall, 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 wall. That guy was running through that opening there, and he wasn't prepped. He could have gotten 2 shots on the guy before he even gets any damage on him. A pretty nice super, but again, watch this. So that's okay, but watch. Wall, 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 wall. What are you aiming at? That's not helping anyone. This whole kind of next part of the engagement is just, I can tell he's getting a bit flustered. He's jumping around, he's moving around. Watch this. He's going to jump on this. He drops off. He kills his angle, and he's just not really putting himself in solid positions to support his team and to shoot the enemies, unfortunately. He's just panicking too much. At this situation, watch this. That guy starts shooting, and he panic shoots. I can tell, the guy is flustered a little bit. There's someone behind him. Not terrible play to jump over there. But again, if the guy was crouched with a shotgun, he probably would have died there. Okay, this is nice. He's starting to settle down a bit. However, he should have recognized that there's a Sunsinger there. He goes a little bit aggressive to snipe him, but he also should have recognized that the guy is nowhere to be found anymore. He's all the way to the right side. And, he doesn't know how much health this guy has at that point when he jumped up on that rock, so he could have been pushing into a full health Sunsinger. So just being a bit lazy. Again, if you saw those guys on your radar, you planned to snipe down there, hard scope it. Hard scope it and be prepped, because you probably could have got a double kill there easily and never even taken any damage. So just little errors. You can do this next time. I believe in you. So here's a nice little example again. He's got his sniper out. This is good. This is what he should be doing. He should have been sniping down there. Changes to his primary, not good. Now he's back to his sniper. You need to make a decision, hard scope that, and use that to your advantage. Pretty good read there, getting the kill, but honestly, He should have either seen that guy, because you can see him. He should have noticed it on his radar, and he should have pulled that trigger again, because that's just a free death that he gave to the other team and lost heavy control. This is okay, but he has been trying to snipe this game, so he should have just had that sniper out sooner. There's no reason not to, but also, he should have also recognized the guy pushing up on him. So that is honestly the major issue here. And right there, that is another big error. Forcing that melee when he had almost no damage on the guy. There was no point to force that punch. Zero. So little things that just need to be fixed. So here is one more example. This little engagement here doesn't really matter. We recognize someone went up to there. He was scoping it. That's pretty good. Right here, someone dies. Pretty good. Right there, he probably could have kept the sniper out, but he switches to his primary, and it works out great. That's fine. He helps support his team. One guy dies. Not a big deal. It was kind of a 2-for-1 exchange. But right there, when he went for the revive, he wasn't aiming to where the guy was coming, so that was just lazy. There's a guy right on top of him that's not dead. He's not paying attention. He's going for this ammo, so he's not really being a team player. And right here, there's someone on his left. Look how long that took for him to aim. And then he kind of crouches away. When he missed that kill, that snipe, he should have been running. And honestly, I think part of his issue is he's scoping and then moving his reticle. And it's wasting a lot of time zoomed in and taking forever to get over there. So, again, position things there. He cut himself off 2 times with the rocks, and he's just not aiming at smart positions. You need to start picking the openings a little bit better. He is, however, making some good grenades, some decent grenades. At least if he's not landing them perfectly, he had a good idea. He made kind of the right play. Something like there. He wants to try and zone that guy behind the rock with a grenade. Things like that are good. He just needs to optimize them. Right there, the best super I've ever seen. But in all honesty, I do see some definite potential, some little things that need to be changed. So the best things would be, if you're going to be sniping, you have the advantage of being in an area first. Hard scope the doorways, hard scope the entrances where people are going to come. So you have that advantage. Aim at head height. You can get those kills a lot easier and not put yourself in panic situations. Speaking of panic situations, don't rush as much. You're pushing into them so hard when you don't need to be. Grenades, practice using grenades at better angles, but for the most part, that was good. Thanks so much for sending your clips. If you want to send in your clips, send it to erasers@gmail.com. That is the new email. Don't send them to the other one because I don't want that one getting spammed, and I've gotten quite a few entries. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.